Hi, good morning, OzCon. Wow, it's so great to be back here and to be back in Portland. How exciting is it that we're actually celebrating the 20th birthday of open source this year? And we're also celebrating the birthday of OSI. So very quickly, hands up all of you who think that open source has won. Okay, that's a big part of the room. That's really great. So, open source has been silently disrupting the software industry for over a period of 20 years. And when we see a lot of articles like open source is eating the software world, we've been seeing these for many years. It's everywhere, it's in all of our devices, and it's across all market sectors as well. And the data these are from the Linux Foundation, shows that there's momentum. And, for example, the 78 million repos on GitHub, and projects are just growing. And it's a scale that we're working at as a community. So coming back to the question that I asked earlier, has open source really won? Well, reality is that most of the world consumes open source, and most of them don't actually know that. Open source is everywhere, but it's kept a big secret. And every company out there building services in the cloud for customers, or whether it's government digitizing services for citizens, are consuming open source software. So, have we crossed the chasm for open source? Well, my answer is yes. We have in some areas. We certainly have for consumption and usage of open source. But have we for contributions? So, we've captured the early adopters, and we've captured the next set of followers. See, when I ask an audience, a technical audience that are not an open source event, how many are contributors? There's less than 10% of the hands actually go up. When I talk to customers and I talk to the enterprise and government, the number is even smaller. And we have a long way to go. And, that's a lot of willingness. There is a lot of willingness to engage and a desire to really get involved and grow and participate. It's a tremendous opportunity for open source communities. And, as the next wave, we see, certainly at AWS, we see at an inflection point in companies moving to the cloud, certainly more recently in the last 12 months. And they're all building services in the cloud, and they're all future contributors of our projects. And we see this next wave of contributors heading towards open source. And as communities and project leads, we want all of you to be ready and engage how we know best, right? So in support of that, we're actually produced a booklet here with O'Reilly Media and sponsored by AWS. It's been co-authored with Andy Orm, who should be in the audience here somewhere, and it's called Open Source in the Enterprise. And we're releasing it today, and there's a copy available for download as well on our website. So who is it for? It's for everybody. It's in support of organizations that want to engage more fully with open source and the open source community. Here you'll explore ways in which you can contribute to open source, how you consume open source, how you use it, how you do this in a more sustainable way, how you can release your open source projects as well, and just why organizations, large and small size organizations, have strategies or should have strategies for free and open source software. There's a lot of resources filled from the community, and some of these are, my favorite authors as well, and you'll be familiar with some of them. What can you do? Well, there's for governments and enterprise. You can download the book, let us know what you think, and ask the community for help. If you are a project, keep your documentation up to scratch, your to-do list, and do all of your housekeeping, and have mentors ready. This is where you go to collect the book, opensource.amazon.com, and it's also available at the booth. Just one last thing. We actually we built the software, and these are all the things that we do as a community. It really takes a village in open source, and we've got to be ready to catch this wave and to support this new group of users. Are you ready? Thank you.